All right, welcome back to Behind the Crime Scene Tape podcast with BioClean of New Jersey. Again, I'm your host, Kevin Bicking, project manager of BioClean of New Jersey. Today, I want to talk about something people almost never see and honestly never think about. What actually goes through our heads? In the first 5 minutes after we walk into a scene, what goes through our heads? Because most people assume that we're looking for a mess, and in reality, we're not. Most people think that when we walk in, we're asking ourselves, how bad does this look? How gross is this? Or how long is this going to take to clean? That's really not the mindset at all. We don't walk in thinking like cleaners. We walk in thinking like investigators. And that difference matters. The first thing we're asking is, where did this all start? Not where it ended up. Where did it originate from? Then we're asking questions like, what direction could fluids have moved? What surfaces could have absorbed something? What pressure points existed? Furniture, bodies, gravity. We're mentally mapping the entire scene. What's not visible? What's possible? That's a completely different skill set than just surface level cleaning. Now, here's something that may come to a surprise to people. The worst looking part of the scene is often the least dangerous. Now, that may sound a little bit confusing, but here's why. Big visible staining usually gets addressed really quick, either by time, drying, or initial cleaning. The real concern is the quiet stuff. The seam between the wall and the floor, the underside of the furniture, the padding that no one's lifted, or the adjacent room that people have walked through. We care less about what grabs your eyes and care more about what doesn't. Now, because of this, sometimes families think that we're asking unnecessary questions like, was anyone sitting here? Did anyone walk through this area? Was anything moved? How long before someone noticed? Those questions aren't about blame, they're about pathways. Every answer helps us narrow where exposure could exist or rule it out entirely. That's how we keep a small problem from becoming a larger one. This is another thing that people don't expect. Sometimes the safest solution isn't cleaning at all. It's removal. Because not every material can be decontaminated safely, no matter how much you disinfect, nor no matter how much disinfectant you actually use. Things like carpet padding, subfloors, certain types of wood and drywall. At that point, continuing to clean just delays the inevitable. It also increases risk. Our job is to stop chasing appearances and start controlling exposure. Now, we move slow. Families are usually emotionally ready to be done before the space is actually safe. That's understandable, but moving too fast leads to missed contamination, cross-contamination, and long-term doubt. We move deliberately, so people don't have to live wondering, did we miss something? That peace of mind really matters. A successful job doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks boring. Sometimes there's no smell, no visible change, and really no big reveal. Sometimes. Just quiet confidence that the space is safer than when we arrived. That's our goal. Final thought here. If there's one thing I want people to understand, it's this. Biohazard cleanup isn't about making things look better. It's about understanding how contamination behaves and making decisions based on that, not emotions, not appearances. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. This is Kevin Bicking with BioClean of New Jersey. And if you've ever wondered what actually is being assessed when a team walks into your space, now you know. And if you need clarity, we're here to provide it without pressure. Thanks. Have a great day.